get back up. I get back up. I get back up.
Okay, this is Touch Not Touched. I have to take a deep breath every time I start recording. I went through my teens looking for love in all the wrong places. And you'll see a pattern of that it's so overlooked. That when a young girl or boy is promiscuous, they're seeking attention or they do things that is drawing attention or easily led because they want the attention. So I was looking for love in all the wrong places and ended up with 3 beautiful babies by the time I was 20 years old. And it was tough. I do think the support I had, even the conditional support, I'm not going to turn my back on it. But the first baby, 16, it was like, I didn't want that child to go through what I went through. And second baby, say 16, well, 17, 18, each child, it was like I did not want that child to go through what I went through. But yet you'll fool yourself saying that you lay with this person, that they're going to love you. Because that's all you really know, is by being touched. And it's really detrimental when you don't have a close relationship with your mother. And so you couldn't really bond closely with women either. All I knew is that I wanted to break the cycle. So I end up with the 4th child by the time I was 24. And in my 20s, I'm making some hideous selection. And I wanted to so bad say, help. Look at what you did to me by even the selection of men in my life. Out of the confusion from being touched, going through the denial of not being touched, because of all that you had to sacrifice and give up to keep the peace, to not rock the boat. That was my late teens and 20s. Did I rebel? Yes. Was I the black sheep? I call myself beyond black, iridescent, realistic expectations as a young mother, not having a relationship, still expected to do the duties as an older girl in the home. While I was being touched, even before the children, I would get dropped off at the laundromat with bags of laundry. None of the other siblings were sent to help. And it was expected to have everything neatly folded, no polyester got wrinkled, all while being touched. This is my teens. So you're trying to please, but you don't really know how to say, hey, I don't understand what's going on. And even though there was other emotional abuse taking place, no one ever knew. Well, a handful knew that. Right now, I am thinking about protecting the people that is still alive and not really feeling very comfortable with telling the story in some details, not all. How, because this is what happens when you get locked in to abuse. Or it can go a different direction, which can be so drastic and dark and vicious, ugly. I never even had an option to have that fork in the road. I know why now. Didn't know why then. Because I wanted to go the other route. I wanted to not please. And this is just still in my teens. It's not only that I was... Touch comes in many forms. Physical, emotional, the cliche. Sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's so much BS. Words cut down and deep. And they stay there. And if you don't break the cycle, those words that are embedded in you, in your brain, will continue on. And will repeat and repeat. So in your teens, you're looking for love in all the wrong places. You're thinking if you give yourself, and you're so confused. You're so confused with your sexuality, with who you are. You're supposed to be trying to find yourself during that time. But yet you're being touched. And then you're threatened to say something, so you're telling yourself, I'm not being touched. And if that's the only attention that you're getting, positive, or you think it's positive, or you're so confused. You're so innocent. Because we really don't know. We really don't know. I'm talking to that teenager. I didn't know. So if you're feeling these things and this is what's going on and you are a teenager, stop. I am over 55. I'm actually over 60. Stop. I've been there. I understand. That's the thing. I understand. And we don't have enough empathy going out there because it makes you make choices that unfortunately bring about unfortunate circumstances, which can bring consequences, good or bad. Good choices bring good consequences. Bad choices bring bad consequences. If you have a child, yes, your life is delayed. Your life is not over. Break the cycle. Focus on breaking the cycle. Look at that child and want that child, if you are a teenager, to be better than you, to not have to feel the pain that you're really feeling. Because if you didn't have that deep-rooted pain, you wouldn't have that baby at no 16, 17, 16, 15, you know. You wouldn't be out there having multiple sexual activity at 14, 15 years old, 16 years old. Even, even some 16 and a half. But anything beyond that, something's happened. Most likely, you've been touched. So this is about them teenage times that I'm sharing. I have it written down, but it's hard to go by what is written, and I apologize if I get a little off, but I want it to be as authentic and as real as possible, because I understand you teenager that has been touched and what you're going through. The details may be different, but that confusion and that emotional pain, especially if you've been called a liar. I was called a liar when I brought it out. I'm starting trouble. I'm starting trouble. I was called a liar. It's very painful. So, saying that to say, if any teenager has been out there and is really tuned into this, seek help, seek counseling. Try to, just get direction. It's tough because we love who we love. And if it's a loved one that's doing that damage to you, you don't want to hurt them. You'd be so confused. It just don't make no cotton picking sense, but it is what it is. So seek help. Seek counseling. Go to an old trusted loved one that will be able to grant you safety. And remember, moving forward, break the cycle. If you had children, break the cycle. If you don't, then wait until you are really healed to have children. And that way, you'll even be even stronger to break the cycle.
I get back up. I get back